This traditional medicine approach that saved my life after many years of pain can restore women's natural fertility and allow the journey to conception to begin naturally or with IVF. In fact, science has proven that traditional and holistic medicine helps to re-establish hormone balance, regulate ovulation, and increase the effectiveness of common drugs taken for fertility. Once you discover the power and proven effectiveness of these methods and apply them to your personal situation, you'll quickly begin to reconnect with your body and re-establish a vital energy flow. When it comes to infertility, the problem is that I've found most doctors refuse to see fertility as a process that involves the entire being as opposed to just a few organs. In reality, many of the different organs and systems in the body work together synergistically, and we've seen many different examples of how hormones can affect an area of the body. Something else that's become common is for fertility doctors to prescribe drugs to increase fertility. The problem is these drugs often have many negative side effects both for you and your baby. Then after the therapy and the IVF fails, they tell their patients there is nothing else they can do. The problem with this type of thinking is that it's trying to apply a band-aid to an issue without ever looking or addressing the root cause of the infertility. Most doctors don't consider the possibility of using a holistic approach to maximize the chances to conceive naturally and also to increase the IVF success rate. With the average cost of an IVF cycle in the US being $22,000, and the average woman needs at least 3 to 5 cycles, you would think that you would want to do absolutely everything you can do to optimize your body for the treatment. It can literally save you tens of thousands of dollars. So if you feel like a failure or like nothing else you try is ever going to work, then I want to tell you that you're wrong and there is hope. My journey in helping hundreds of women just like you have been incredibly rewarding. Like one of my favorite patients named Rachel, who came to see me in the fall of 2017. I worked with Rachel for 10 months attempting natural conception, but then her gynecologist recommended she see an IVF doctor as her hormone levels were low. We had to work on her hostile environment in the uterus, so we froze 3 embryos 2 months before implantation. IVF was successful on the very first attempt, supporting Rachel with traditional Chinese medicine and that model during the entire process. Her beautiful daughter was born, happy and healthy. This is just one of so many case studies, and it makes what I do the most rewarding career I could ever have. The look on people's faces when they finally get pregnant and start to build the family they've always wanted. Imagine what that would feel like when you finally get the news that you've conceived and are on your way to a healthy baby. That's what I want to try to help you achieve, and that's why we're all here today. Let's now look at one of my other clients, Chloe, and her personal situation. Chloe had her first child, William, via IVF in 2010, and she then decided she wanted to have another child. Her main issue was that she had 3 miscarriages in 18 months, 6 surgeries, and one of her babies actually turned into a partial molar pregnancy. She also had the issue with blood circulation, and she had the complication of a bicornuate uterus, and she was highly stressed. She was a business executive that drank way too much red wine, was overweight, and suffered with extreme anxiety. Now, we began prepping her for IVF, and the first round didn't work. Chloe decided to take a month off IVF and focus on a more traditional and holistic approach before attempting the second round of IVF. During the month off, she re-established her vital energy flow, working only with Chinese herbs, and she actually became pregnant without IVF. And what about Mary? Mary was a patient of mine whose lifestyle involved a lot of stress, drinking, disrupted sleep patterns, and smoking. At the age of 29, she didn't believe that her lifestyle could have an effect on her fertility because all of her blood tests came back just fine. Even though she was healthy, she struggled to get pregnant for 2 years. After convincing her that a lifestyle change is vital to her fertility success, Mary agreed to change her lifestyle. And with my help and the methods taught in this program, she was able to re-establish the balance in her body, and she became pregnant within 4 months. Now, I could go on and on with hundreds more examples and prove to you that you're in the right place. But I believe you already know that. So let's do this. After all, that's why you're here, to restore your fertility and get pregnant. Remember, it's not your fault. You didn't wait too long, and it's not impossible for you to have another chance at getting pregnant and having a child of your dreams. You can still have that baby and experience the very happiness that comes from conceiving a baby you so deserve.